Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Ascension Parish Board of Adjustments meeting. I'm Howard Dalton, and I'll call the meeting to order. Start with the roll call. Mr. Brad Walker, Vice Chairman.
Present.
Ms. Kathy DeSater.
Present.
Mr. Jim Cecil.
Present.
Mr. David LeBlanc.
Present.
Mr. Bryce Cox is absent. At this point in time, we'll have what we call a public comment period. This is where members of the public can speak to the operation of this board and things of that nature. This is not an opportunity where one would speak to a specific item on the agenda tonight. Having said that, does anyone wish to speak during the public comment period? Seeing none, we'll move right on to the acceptance of the minutes.
Motion to accept the minutes of September 23rd.
All
In favor.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Minutes are approved. For the written decision.
Motion to make motion to approve the written decisions for September 23rd.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. They're approved. Moving on to our variance consideration. I'll be calling the variance. The applicant will have 3 minutes to speak to their case, after which anyone who wishes to speak for or against the variance request can have 3 minutes to speak, and then the applicant would have 3 minutes for rebuttal. I would ask everyone to keep their remarks directed to the specifics of the variance request. Having said that, the first item for business tonight is item 1937, Lot 9, Penny Place subdivision for Sheila LaRouque. Did I get that right? Luke. L-O-U-Q-U-E. Is this person here? Yes, ma'am. Would you sign in and step up to the podium, please? And
Good afternoon. Basically, what we're asking is to have the zoning for 2 trailers to be on a particular piece of property.
what's on the property now?
1 trailer, mobile home. And the reason for this request is my sister has hardship, and since the hurricane, she's unable to live at her own home. So she is requesting permission that we be able to put the 2 mobile homes on this one location because of hardship. She doesn't have a husband, she has 3 children, and really has nowhere else to go.
Okay. Do board members have any questions of this applicant?
Do you by any chance have a map or pictures showing where there's a mobile home currently on the lot and where the proposed site would be? I give that all to the...
Do you have copies?
Well, I've got...
I don't have anything as far as like where what's on the lot.
Where the building is and where there's...
That's fine.
Basically, they're both going to run north to south.
Okay, and so currently how much space is left? There's an existing mobile home there right now, right?
Right.
So, which side are you going to put it on, and what area is there right now?
The mobile home now goes left to right. It's going to be repositioned from back to front, and they're both going to be back to front.
PQ builders.
Okay, and,
Lot 9.
the width of the lot is 80? No, it's 3/4 acre.
No, we don't have them.
No, the frontage.
What's the frontage plans?
Kathy, according to the survey for Lot 9, it appears to have 150-foot frontage and something on the order of 216 feet deep.
216 depth, 150 feet wide.
Okay, that's all the questions I have.
Yeah, it's lot number 9 on Penny Duplessis Road. None of the documentation we have appears to be very clear and spell that out.
Let me ask you a question. You're moving 2 trailers in on this property?
No, sir, there's one existing.
Okay, that's what I
gonna
was
move
kind
it.
of confused. You said both trailers were moving in.
We're going to reposition the one that is existing, and we're going to add one.
Okay. I'm going. Of course, I like say we're redoing the sewer system, correct?
Right.
Any other board member questions or comments?
Motion to open public hearing.
Second.
Okay. Does anyone from the audience wish to speak for or against this variance request?
Motion to close public hearing.
Second.
Public hearing is closed. Are there any more board member comments, questions, or concerns?
I don't really have a problem with it. I think we've done this in the past. The only thing that I would definitely propose is that any motion, we do limit it to that if her daughter's circumstances change and if her daughter moves out for any reason, that this never become a rental home and it be removed at that point in time.
I agree with you, Ms. Desideer, simply because that, like she explains, historically, we never allowed anyone to move in without having the trailer removed once that family member is bettered themselves or moved on or passed away. So I second the motion.
That's a motion you were making?
I'm making a motion that we approve as written with the stipulation that if her daughter moves out of the home, that the trailer be removed.
Okay, we have a motion with stipulation and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Ma'am, you got your variance. The next item is item 1938, tract Y3B, Mayor's Estate for Rose Griffin. Please sign in and tell us about your request, please.
Ellen Jackson with McLean and Associates, Incorporated, representing Rose Griffin. This is a variance of square footage. We're asking to separate these 2 lots, and it doesn't have enough area for the zoning of conservation. And Ms. Griffin's hardship is that it's 2 residences on this one piece of property. One of them is her son. He wished to move away, and the parish does not allow, if it's not a son or child, to live on the property without it being subdivided.
So the son has left the residence
Yes.
and it's vacant right now?
Yes.
And she wants to sell it or do something else with it?
She's going to keep, well, I guess maybe rent or sell it or something else, but she can't do it because of...
I move that we open public hearing.
Second.
Does anyone in the audience wish to speak for or against this variance? Appears to be none.
I move to close public hearing.
Second.
Public hearing is closed. Any additional board member comments, concerns, or questions?
What's the hardship?
Well, she can't do anything with that second residence unless she subdivides it.
Just gonna look funny with the pond.
Yeah.
Not gonna know who clearly owns the pond. Okay.
I'm going to move that we approve as written. I believe that she is in a situation that she's going to be very limited as to what she could do with the second residence that already exists.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve as written. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, like sign. Ma'am, you got the variance. Okay, the next item is, put it away. Item 1939, Lot 6, Babin Succession Subdivision for Judith Bell. Do we have anyone here to speak for that issue? There appears to be not. Could we move this to the end of the agenda? Motion?
I make the motion that we move to the end of the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll hold that to the end of the agenda. The next item is item 1940, lots 11, 12, 13, and 14 of Hobart Oaks subdivision for Joel Wagoner and I apologize, Mr. Nugent. I can't pronounce the first name.
Nguyen.
Okay, thank you. Please sign in and speak to this.
I'm Josh Ebarb. I'm with C District Surveyors, the guy that's doing the maps for them. What's happening here, this is kind of complicated. This is the first step of many that we got to take. The two neighbors own 4 lots, and they built their houses on top of the middle of both of the lots, where there's an existing drainage servitude that they already built on. These houses are already built. So what we're trying to do is fix the property up and make the 4 lots into 3 lots. But you don't have enough frontage in between the buildings to keep the minimum building line that we need. So we're asking for a variance of the frontage.
On lot 12B.
Right.
Or proposed lot 12B.
Yes, sir.
But the question that begs itself to be asked at this point in time, how'd they get a permit to build this house like that?
I have no idea.
How long's the house been there?
15 years.
Well, never mind. We won't pursue that long.
But why are they creating a middle lot versus just cleaning up the lot?
They bought 2 lots, so they were thinking, hell, we'll just sell one day when we want to. But they didn't realize that the house was in the middle of the 2 lots that they bought.
Yeah.
So the neighbors are getting together and they're saying, I'll give you this much, you give me this much, and we'll split it.
They'll have a lot to sell together.
I understand that, but that's going to be substantially smaller than the other one, so there's going to be a substantially smaller house to not really fit in with the neighborhood.
Well, my point on this is, I don't see what the hardship is. I mean, if there's any hardship at all, it's self-induced. And if they just left it alone and took what is lot 13C, which was parts of lot 13, they've combined lots 13 and 14, there would be no problem at all.
Our hardship is when Gustav hit, one of our trees fell into our storage and our office area. And we're right now fighting with the insurance company. Our deductible is very large. And we're having to do lots of repairs right now, which is going to cost us between probably about anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 out of pocket. So that's one of our reasons for selling the property. And our neighbor was gracious enough to go in with us and say, well, you know, I'll go ahead and split half of that.
Well, let me make sure that I'm clear. The original applicant owned which of the original lots?
Joey and Rachel Wagoner, I'm Rachel Wagoner. We own 11 and 12.
That's right.
And Jonathan Wynn owns
13 and 14.
and 14.
Well, you know, lot 14 appears twice on this drawing.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you that.
Yeah, this is just a rough draft, just to get it in for y'all to look at. We still got some drafting.
So lot 11 of the original is on the right side?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Where it
goes
says
to
14?
topographical
Yes, sir.
error.
Okay.
Okay. So somebody owned lots 11 and 12, and then the other party owned 13 and 14.
Yes.
So who owned 11 and 12? okay, and you live in the one-story house there, that's really basically what would be on lot 11A.
Correct.
And then the other party owns
13.
13C.
You might as well say.
So it looks like you're trying to subdivide so you can sell the lot in the middle. But if the parties own the two lots, i.e. the original lots 13 and 14 were owned by one person, and 11 and 12 were owned together, there's no ownership problem. So again, I'm going to ask you, what's the hardship?
Well, they're just trying to recoup some monies
Okay.
for the hurricane damage. That's the hardship. And this is one way to do it.
And they're 3 feet short. They could sell, if they could get 90 feet, they wouldn't even have to be here. Because all they need is 90 feet frontage, and they just have to
Oh, I was thinking this. I'm sorry.
No, they,
3
all they
feet.
need is 3
No.
feet.
I was thinking it was.
That's it.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay.
I make a motion, we open public hearing.
Second.
Public hearing is open. Is anyone here to speak for or against this variance request? No one. Appears to be none.
I make a motion, we close public hearing.
Second. Any other comments, concerns, or questions by board members?
No, but I'm going to make a motion that we accept this as written. I believe that obviously 15 years ago, there was a communication breakdown and 2 homes got built in a location that they shouldn't have. And now, in order to correct the situation, to allow the owners to do as what the original owners had contemplated, and that was sell their extra lot. Now they're down to 1 lot, and I'm going to ask that we approve this.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve as written. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. You got your variance, ma'am.
Thank you.
Zone review 1943 for Alliance Hospitality LLC. Please sign in and state your name.
I've already signed in. My name is Roy Hendrick, architect, and I'm representing the Alliance Hospitality LLC, and for our hotel in Donaldsonville on Highway 70, and we're asking for a variance of a sign from 20 feet to 50 feet for the hotel sign along Highway 70.
Where just exactly where the sign goes, sir?
If you're familiar with the site,
No, I'm not.
there's a bridge right there, at the only canal that goes through there, bayou, whatever you want to call it. It's just to the west of it, correct.
Right here?
Right, just to the east of the driveway, west of the driveway, east of the bridge.
Got it.
The sign location is how many feet off of Highway 70?
I think it's 40 feet,
Okay.
if I remember correctly.
And on the drawing, I think I'm correctly looking at it, you've got it sort of towards the front where there's no other parking or cars would be parked
Correct.
anywhere near it.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
How far is it from the pool?
I don't remember. To be honest with you, it's been a while since I drew up that site drawing, but it's,
Well, in the past, we've approved these signs as long as if they're high, it's 50 feet, they don't fall on anything.
yes, they won't, it's further away from the pool than that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Because right now you said it's 40 feet from the road, so 10 foot of it would be on the road if it fell. Is that correct?
If it was sheared off at the base.
If it was sheared off the base, that would be, it's 40 feet on our property line. So, it would, if it fell, it would never hit the highway.
Wouldn't it?
Well, it'd still be within there because if you see on the bottom, it's 50. Excuse me. You see on the bottom, it's 50 feet. Showing from that point, that building line.
Yeah.
So that's 50 feet. So
Okay.
even if it falls, it should fall within, unless the wind takes it or something. But
Okay.
it should fall within there, and it should be. It looks about 100 to maybe a little more than 100 feet if you double that 50 from the pool. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right.
You have a real wide right of way there. National State
Well,
Highway.
you understand our concerns.
Sure I do. As many trees that we've had fallen recently for some reason,
Yeah.
I understand that.
Okay.
Motion to open public hearing?
Second.
Public hearing is open. Does anyone from the audience wish to speak for or against this variance request?
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Public hearing is closed. Any additional comments, questions, or?
I'll make a motion to approve it as written as long as it does not fall on anything within 50 feet.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve as written. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. You got your variance, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And last but not least is
What?
item 1944, tract A3X for Richard and Sherry Hale. Yeah, that's right.
How are you doing? Okay, that's good. We are here to present, my mother had lost her house in Hurricane Gustav and Wallace Acres. Do you have a map of the property in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
The piece of property that we're inquiring about is lot A3X. This is an 1.5 acre tract of land that we have purchased. The initial purchase of it was to eventually build my mother a house back here, but I thought that was going to be like 10, 15 years from now. I have tenants on this property. If you look at the servitude and you take that servitude to the back of that lot, there's a trailer, the rental trailer that runs from east to west. What we're looking to do is to move a trailer on the back end of that lot, also facing east to west.
How do you get to that lot in the back? Is there a street on the back side of that?
It does not have frontage on it. If you look at lot 11, there is a servitude that runs to the back, so the access to that property is off of that servitude.
I guess this question's for legal, because it was kind of written up that we were going to have a secondary residence, which I assume was going to be on the property where she has her primary residence. But this is going to be on a separate rental property.
Well, that's why she needs the variance. If she put it on
Okay,
the
but-
property, she wouldn't. But if
Okay.
she's trying to put it on the other property, she needs the variance.
There's not enough room on our lot to be able to put a residence, and unfortunately, I need the tenant there as far as the note. Once again, I didn't think we would address this for another 15 years, but our house has been completely bulldozed.
That always helps.
She's living in my camper in the backyard right now.
Make a motion to open public hearing.
Second.
Public hearing is open. Does anyone here wish to speak for or against this variance request? There appears to be none.
Close public hearing.
Second. Second.
Second.
Public hearing is now closed. Is there any additional comments, questions, or concerns from board members? If not, can I have a motion?
I think if y'all do a motion, we do a limitation on this so that there can't be two rental properties on the back piece as opposed to just the one.
Right.
So,
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion with the condition that you cannot have two rental properties back there. And we have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Ma'am, you got your variance with the stipulation.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
And we'll go back to the one we postponed, item 1939. Plot 6 of Babbitt succession.
She's here now.
Sign in and Ms. Judith Bell. Good.
It's the first time it's worked.
I know, that's what I was going to say. That was the first
It's the first time it's worked.
Okay. I'm sorry, I just drove in from Houston. My dad's in ICU in a hospital today.
There wasn't much parking either, was there?
No, I didn't expect the voting. So, basically, I don't know who's supposed to present this, but I own this property. It's lot 6 and 7. And what I'm wanting to do is just take the front 1.5 acres and put a house on lot 6. And the problem is, in the original subdivision, the frontage on Highway 621 was 81 feet, so I'm asking for a variance for the 81 feet to be able to put a house there.
Okay.
Motion to open public hearing.
Second.
Public hearing is open. Obviously, there's no one to speak for. Again,
Motion to
it's gonna
close
be a
public
hearing.
hearing.
Second.
Public hearing is closed. Comments, questions, concerns?
So you're going to take lot 6 and you're going to subdivide off like an acre to an acre and a half. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then are you going to put the rest of that acreage would then go into lot 7?
Yes, the remainder can go into lot 7.
Okay.
So, because I own it also.
Can or will?
Will. Okay. It won't be standalone. I mean, it can't be
Okay.
standalone. So the reason I want to carve that out is because I can use the land that's already, it's completely paid for. I can use it as part of the down payment for the house. And I don't want to really use all of lot 6 because that ties up a lot of land and you can only use 20% on the down payment. So it would be far more than they really need, and it would tie it up for a number of years. So I'd rather not do that. And since I have lot 7, I could attach it to that and be free and clear. Still mine.
Mr. Chairman, seeing how the public hearing is closed, I make a motion that we approve as written.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Ma'am, you got your variance.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
One more. Public hearing for the Board of Adjustment.
We have one more item of business, and that's our bylaws. Lance, were they published?
Yes.
So they were published?
Yes, it will.
So I guess the only thing we have left to do is vote on them unless there's any further discussion.
Well, we have open public hearing. Open public hearing, close public hearing, and then
Motion to open public hearing.
Second.
Motion to close public hearing.
Second.
Tim, has he ever told you that's an exercise of utility?
Still got to do it.
There's nobody here.
We did.
you still got to do it.
Do we have the
I make a motion we
appropriate at this
adopt
point?
the Board of Adjustment bylaws.
I'll second that.
All right. We have a motion to accept,
Adopt, yeah.
adopt as written.
And I've seconded.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Then it's unanimous.
And then
I
I'm
get to vote.
Motion to adjourn.
second.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.